I blame your parents. Yes, you heard me right, and I'll say it again. I blame your parents. I'm blaming the fact that women working 41 to 44 hours a week only get paid about 84.6% of what men earn working comparable hours. Even in job categories predominantly occupied by women, for example, childcare, women still make up only about 95% of men's salaries. I'm blaming those times you've had that thought at the back of your head that you can't do something because you're male or female. I'm blaming that one time you hesitated to put on that pink shirt because you're a guy. I'm blaming that time you did not get that job because your application said you're male or female. I'm blaming it on your parents. How is it their fault? Is a question, I'm certain, is running through most of your minds. Well, let me rephrase myself and let you into my train of thought. What I'm trying to say is, I'm blaming your parents for gender discrimination. Gender discrimination, according to me, comes about through the process of gender role socialization, which is the process in which we learn social expectations based on our sex. Sociologists use this process to describe the differences between the behavior of the human male and the human female. This is where we have different chores, where the girls stay home to do the cooking, the cleaning, and baking, and the boys go out to mow lawns, take out the garbage, wash cars, and so on. It occurs in such diverse means such as parental attitudes, school, peer interaction, and even the media. This is where children would play with different kinds of toys. For example, girls play with the Barbie dolls and the boys play with action figures. Now, aside from that, how many times have you heard the boy child be called a sissy because he's crying over something small? Now, this boy child grows up associating the word sissy with the female gender. Therefore, he grows up thinking that the female gender is weaker and his gender is superior to the female gender. Discrimination not only occurs in the workplace, but in other fields too. For example, the home, where we have segregated roles. The male is expected to be the breadwinner and go out to work while the female stays home and is the caregiver. This same female is expected to be the cook, the driver, and the babysitter. And at the end of the day, she's expected to look presentable to carry out her wife role. Please do tell me how this makes sense. Now, a few weeks ago, I sat down with one of my teachers working on my speech, and she explained to me that she only had daughters. And because of this, her community looked down upon her as a woman. This is the part where I expected all of you to gasp, so let's try this one more time. Her community looks down upon her because all her children are female. There you go. Now, I've had quite a number of experiences with gender discrimination, and I'd like to share one. So a few years ago, I was on my summer break, and I had so much free time on my hands, so my parents asked me to get an activity to partake in to pass time. So a week later, I went back to them, and I said I wanted to do kickboxing. The look I got back was not exactly approving. The look said it all. They didn't have to utter a word. I'm not a sidekick, but I knew exactly what they were thinking. They were in shock. I mean, they expected me to suggest something like ballet lessons or cooking classes or one of those activities associated with the female gender. Now, I did a bit of research on my topic, and I'd like to show you a short clip. Look, what's this? What's this? Which was the girl and which was the boy? Show me. This was for? Is this for boys or for girls? For boys. So, which is for boys?
That's it.
That one. How about you? And you? How about you? What's her name? Shashan.
Let me have
Which one's for boys? This one. Okay, which one goes to work? Which one goes to work? Yeah. Who goes to work? The daddy one. The daddy one. Okay, how about you? Which is Daddy. That's Daddy. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is clear proof that we learn to distinguish between the two sexes from such an early age, and most children have this idea that the male is expected to be the breadwinner and go out to work and so on. Now, the way forward, according to me, to eradicating gender discrimination is by completely doing away with this gender role socialization process. This way, the child grows up knowing that him or her, being male or female, does not make them neither inferior nor superior to the other sex, but equal. Now, as I said,